Does anyone know where this particular delta is? It's called the Nile Delta. It's in Egypt. I'd like you to write Egypt somewhere next to this picture. E-G-Y-P-T. And make sure that E is capitalized. I'm going to check. Now, as I said, it is a triangular shaped plain at the mouth of a river, formed when sediment is deposited by flowing water. Please highlight triangular shaped plain. It's a triangle. 3 sides. Sediment deposited. Feel free, of course, to pause the video. We're going to keep going. What's this right here? Other than a really beautiful sunset. I mean, come on, that's just gorgeous. If you said an island, you're correct. Now, an island is an area of land completely surrounded by water. An area of land completely surrounded by water. And let's highlight, once you're done, completely surrounded water. Please, of course, feel free to pause the video or go back. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Do you know what these are? All of these things together? Separated, they're known as continents. Together, they are Pangea! The name of a huge supercontinent that scientists believe split apart about 2 million years ago, forming completely different continents. See, we have North Africa, South America. Did I say North Africa? I meant North America. Oopsie. Africa, Eurasia. Here's India down here. It's going to come up and join Eurasia. East Antarctica, and down there is Australia. Now let's look again at that definition. The supercontinent we call Pangea, that scientists believe split apart 2 million years ago, forming different continents. Please take a moment and highlight supercontinent, split apart 2 million years ago. Feel free, of course, to pause the video here if you need more time. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Does anyone know what this is? If you said a butte, you're correct. Now, a butte is a small raised land, small, with steep sides. Hello, hello. As said here, small raised area of land with steep sides. If you'd like to pause the video, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Now, a butte is not to be confused with this. Do you know what this is? Some might say it's a butte, but it's not. This is a mesa. Now, a mesa is a high, flat-topped landform, so it's very high, with cliff-like sides, and it's usually larger than a butte. It is not usually. It is much larger than a butte. Notice the size difference between this and that. Now here it is again. A mesa is a high, flat-topped landform with cliff-like sides, larger than a butte. Please take a moment and highlight flat-topped, larger than a butte. If you feel the need to pause the video, feel free. Maybe go grab a drink or something and come right back. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Did you know buttes and mesas are formed when plateaus erode away due to wind, rain, and other environmental effects. So at one point, these things were much bigger. They had much flatter surfaces, much larger surfaces, and they broke apart due to nature. Do you know what this is? Again, it looks a little bit similar to a mesa, but it's not. This is known as a plateau. Now, a plateau is a large, flat area, right here, that rises above surrounding areas, down here. At least one of the slopes has a steep side. Notice this, and up here you can see has steep sides for that. Here's that definition for you. A large flat area that rises above the surrounding land. At least one side has a steep slope. Feel free, of course, to pause the video at any time. And let's take a moment and highlight flat area, rises above surrounding land, at least one steep slope. So that one's a little highlighter happy, but it's okay. We're going to keep going. Do you know what this is? It's a flat land. There's some little bit of hills there. It's known as plains. No, not a plane like you're flying. A plains, like it's a large area with some gently rolling land. And here you can highlight large area, flat, feel free, of course, to pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Ooh, come on, you got to know what this is. What is it? Look at that steam coming out of a volcano! An open area in the earth surface through which molten rock, ash, and gases from the earth's interior escape. Notice that it's escaping. Also notice, though, it's very green here. Volcanic soil is very rich. An opening in the Earth's surface through which molten rock, ashes, and gases from the Earth's interior escape. Opening and Earth's surface, please highlight that. Rocks, gases, ashes, and gases escape. Feel free, of course, to always pause the video if you need. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Look at these. They're so large. What are they? Are they? Yes, you guessed it. They're mountains. All right, they're large. We see. It's a mountain range, actually, because there's multiple ones here. And it is an area that rises steeply at least 2,000 feet above sea level. Probably want to highlight that. And add in rises steeply. Usually wide at the bottom and rising to a narrow peak or ridge. Ready to keep going? Do you know what this is? Notice the people below it. And what we're looking for is pretty much what this is. If you guessed a glacier, you're correct. A glacier is a huge, notice the size of it compared to the little humans, they're itty bitty, slow-moving mass of snow and ice. A huge, slow-moving mass of snow and ice. And you can just highlight mass of snow, ice. Next. Do you know what this is? It's this narrow body of water right here. I don't know why I'm whispering it, but it's a narrow body right here. What is that? Do you know? If you guessed a strait, you're correct. Now this strait is a narrow stretch of water that connects two larger bodies of water together. So here's large body number 1, large body number 2, and they're connected like this. The best way to describe it is it's sort of the opposite of an isthmus. And as I said, it's a narrow stretch of water that connects two larger bodies of water. Please take a moment and write somewhere opposite of an isthmus, just to make sure that you're paying attention. And an isthmus is I-S-T-H-M-U-S. I-S-T-H-M-U-S. Please take a moment and highlight, once you're done, narrow stretch of water connects two bodies of water. And our last one, we've finally reached the end. Do you know what this is? It's jutting out from the land. And so is it here too a little bit. It's got water on 1, 2, 3 sides. Do you know what it is? If you said it's a peninsula, you're correct. That's an area of land almost completely surrounded by water and connected to the land by an isthmus. Please also add in, it can be also described as surrounded by water on 3 sides. Please take a moment and highlight surrounded by water on 3 sides. Can you think of any other geographic terms? I'm sure you can. There's lots of them, and here's just a few. Thanks for stopping by. The end.